Hey everybody, it's the Adept here, and I'm here with another unboxing video. Today we have the AJazz AC100. I ordered this myself, and this is how it came. I did open it to make sure that everything was in here, but let's go ahead and take a look. This is a pre-built 1800 keyboard. As I said, it's made by AJazz. I did get the navy colorway, and it comes packaged exactly like this. Now there are several different versions of this keyboard. The first one, the first couple, don't have the screen, but if you see any similarities to another keyboard that has a similar layout here, screen, arrow keys, numpad, all of this, it looks pretty much just like the Qwertykeys QK100. It is a little bit heavier than the QK100, but this is the keyboard. The different variants have different inscriptions on the bottom, and this one has the Voyager launch pattern to send it past the various planets in our solar system. Which I love astronomy, so this is really neat. And some of the other ones have different designs. One has an inscription that says "Free your mind and your ass will follow," which is funny, but not really my style. This is the keyboard. In the box is the manual, normal keycap and switch puller that gets included with these. I prefer my trusty Wuche Studio switch puller, and the Keychron or Akko keycap puller. We'll set that there. Braided nylon cable, A to C. This keyboard is a tri-mode, and some spare switches. Now I looked at these switches. Well, I looked at a variant of these switches already myself. Did not actually care for them all that much. But these are not too bad. And that is everything that is in the box. As I said, this is a tri-mode keyboard. So here is your dongle, which goes in the back, which I love, as pretty much everybody agrees is better. You have your 2.4 switch, your Bluetooth switch, and centered is the USB, and your Mac and Windows connectors right next to that. Let's open it up, because I am somewhat curious about that. So inside, wow, there is a PBT or PET sheet. It is thick, though, thicker than what I'm used to seeing. Connected to the daughter board. The daughter board is connected to the battery, which is good because that way you don't have to connect the battery itself to the PCB. There we go. There's that PET sheet I was telling you about. Slot for a second battery. Interesting. Might want to try filling that with some silicone. Set that to the side. It has a sheet stuck to the bottom, but it is not stuck to the bottom in such a fashion that I could not remove it, as opposed to something like the ND75, where it most certainly is. As you can see, the top piece is an insert, so that actually comes all the way off, which is interesting. The gaskets fit around it, but not in the center. So it operates kind of in a leaf spring capacity, very short leaf spring capacity. I put it in bunny ears because the true leaf springs like the Salvation are totally different. And girls, hold on to that. And this is more like 2 gasket socks, which is what the bunny ears leaf springs use. And nothing on the side. There's one underneath the space bar, which I might remove at some point. There were no extras in there. I did notice this. The inner key was trying to stick earlier when I first opened it. I think it was just the inner key wasn't seated properly. Alright, and through the magic of the internet, we've gone ahead and removed all of the switches. That you can see the FR4 plate, the stabilizers, which are plate mount stabilizers. I did not see holes for PCB mount stabilizers, and all of your keys on the FR4 plate are labeled. I've seen that with a few boards, the James Donkey, other AJazz boards that have the FR4 plates. We are going to replace the switches that came with it, and we're going to use these. These are Gateron cream sodas. All right. And there we go. The keycap sets we're going to use today are a clone set of the Galaxy in an all navy blue and white. So there's a darker, I don't know if it's coming out on the camera, there's a darker navy blue for the modifiers. And there we are. I think the keycap colorway goes well with the finish on the keyboard itself. Obviously with the backplate etching, that it kind of fits a whole theme. This is the initial sound, and let's take a look at what it is like out of the box. So let's talk about the AJazz AC100 Max. It's very important to note that only the Max has the screen and specifically this blue colorway, which is really nice, especially for the money. And the keycaps have changed, and let's talk about this in relation to the QK100. So my QK100 has extra feet on it right now because I like a very strong typing angle, but obviously you can see the direct relation between the two. They are nearly identical as far as the layout is concerned. This opted for the 3 key versus the two 1.5 keys. That will make it more compatible with some keycap sets. I've run into some where they don't have that 1.5, and then instead of an inscription, this has the camping motif weight on the bottom, which is really nice. I have mine in black, and you can get it in all kinds of things. There's also an internal brass looking weight, but it's not actually brass, it's aluminum painted or colored to be brass. This doesn't have any of that. All it is a straight up wedge. So similar in that fashion, more towards the Zoom 98, and that is part of what gives it the deeper foamy sound signature. Partially also due to these KCA profile keycaps, which is what these are. For $100, it's hard to say that this is not a wonderful value. Been using it for a little while. It has the dongle recess, which is actually in my girlfriend's computer right now, but you can see that here. Your switches here, so everything is physical switches. That can be a benefit or a detraction depending on who you are. I think in this particular case, because of the way that the daughter board is designed, this is a benefit. In something like the Gateron, where if you try to take it apart, the daughter board has to come out, and so you have to remove the switches, and then the switches can get broken, or they can break the actual tiny plastic switch mechanism on the daughter board. Less so, but this doesn't have that. You can remove the entire PCB from the case by removing the screws, and then this top plate here comes out, and you can take it out as we've shown already. But I think it's a great value. I would recommend it to people who want something like the QK100, maybe with a bit of a deeper signature. For those of you who want a clackier signature, I would recommend still going with the QK100 over this. It doesn't really do the clacky build very well because of the less expensive design, and the only other detraction I have aside from that is that you can't, as of when I was recording this, you can't change this accent color from a rainbow, which is also similar to the Zoom 98, where the telescope is not changeable from a rainbow. And so the only one that has that accent light that is alterable, modifiable, is the QK100 with its little, well, in my case I have little cat eyes that are alterable. In this configuration I have here right now, though, it only has the accent lights because I have per key RGB connected, and that is another benefit of the AC100 over the QK100. You can have either the per key RGB on a wired keyboard on the QK100, or you can have access to the screen on but no per key RGB, and wireless on the other, the tri-mode PCB. So never will they mix. You don't get the benefit of the AC100 of having both, which it does. Let's go ahead, show that off again as I wrap this up. So you've got your little screen. It has the little display, and at the same time you've got the per key RGB. It's a wonderful little board. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.